Scorpio, thank you for tuning in to Perfectly Imperfect Tarot. This is Green Eyes here with your reading. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Martians, astronauts. Pick a node. It does not matter to me. I love you all. Cross watchers, I am a snitch. I'm telling you now, please don't curse me in the comments. Love you too. Scorps, this is a judgment-free zone, but you will hear the truth. No gender or age, only energy. You're going to hear me use terms he, she, her, him, they, them, it, heifer, pay it, no mind. Feel the energy. Remember, roles can always be reversed. Scorpio, I thank you. Like, share, subscribes. Emails, comments, love tokens, donations. Thank you. Thank you. And I thank you again. Leo is here. You may have Leo in your chart, connected with the Leo in some way. Earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. No, it's definitely Leo, but you're focused on your home, finances, job. Your energy is kind of embedded in Earth, but I'm smelling Leo, like all above it, if that makes sense. I also feel like now I can. It doesn't feel like a big milestone that you took care of, but it's definitely, now that I got that out the way, I can this. How can I say that? It doesn't feel like now I paid off my house. It more so feels like now that my house is taken care of, I know it's off the table or it's off of the chopping block. I feel like you just did something that removed you from the equation, and now other things are going to start to add up around you, especially if this is a work issue. Like I said, you're embedded in the earth. So at work, let's say your name has now been crossed out. You've been cleared. So now they're looking at everybody else. You know what I mean? Let's see what's going on. Can I have Scorpio, please? This is the Dreams of Gaia, by the way. Scorpio. There we go. Two of Water. Yep. Two of Water is an energy of exchange. I think you've exchanged. I think in a healthy way, you've evened the playing field. You've maybe said your case, gave your testimony. You presented something that has now made everything even or removed you from the problem, you know? So now there's an understanding between you and your boss, you and your partner, you and your friend. There's a mutual respect and understanding. But now the blessing that you're going to get from this is going to be, first of all, astronomical because you handled it well. And I know that was hard. But the truth that's going to come out of this is what's going to be the key. Okay? Because there will be some truth. There will be some direct communication. And you're going to have the truth, by your side. Continue to handle this in a way that doesn't rock your boat. You have the truth as your witness. You have your work ethic. You have, I don't know what you have. You have evidence, whatever the case is. So let that be your balance, because the thing about divine clarity and understanding is it's not just about an aha or epiphany kind of moment. It's also the ability now to remove. See, there's the removal part that comes with the Ace of Swords as well. To cut the tie that binds, to cut the connection that was trying to pull you in, things like that. So that clarity is going to, at first, feel a bit isolating because, once again, everybody's picking on Scorp, right? But you have witnesses. You have receipts. You have information. You actually have a legal claim, if you want to take it that far, you know. I personally don't think you're going to choose to. I think you're going to choose another direction, but it will feel like for a moment that you have to hold yourself together until this ends on its own, and it will end on its own. Okay, so let your intuition be your guide. Let the Most High ground you and keep you and advise you, you know, comfort you during this process, because whatever you feel like you're losing, it's absolutely nothing compared to what you're gaining. And I mean nothing. Ace of Cups to the Ten of Cups, yeah. Extreme pleasure and emotional fulfillment, okay? Let's get to your spread. I want some meat and potatoes, Scorp. This is nice. Scorp. Ooh-wee. If you have a mole on your, it looks like your neck, in the middle of your neck, kind of like, you know, below your chin towards your chest area. It seems like you've been concerned about that. Go get it checked out. I don't think it's concerning, but it might be bothering. Like it's heating up, and it heats up. Anybody with a lot of moles, because I have quite a few, and sometimes when I'm out in the sun, it seems like the mole picks up the rays of the sun. I can feel the heat of the sun on the mole before I even feel it on my skin, or more than I feel it on my skin. You might be picking up that as well. So just go get it checked out, okay? Fear is a trick of the enemy. Never forget that. Can I have Scorpio's core? Wow, look at you, Scorp. I'm telling you, you are revealing. That's what y'all do. I've been saying it for I don't know how long, because I want you to be comfortable in this energy. And I know it's so disheartening sometimes, because it's like it's always you that's being pointed out as the problem. And to be honest, you represent revealing the problem. It's not you are the problem, you reveal it. That's what Tower energy does. You end it so that it makes room for rebirth. That's what death energy does. You understand? But you have to operate in your truth for this to benefit you. Accept your destiny. Accept who you are. You represent change. You are divine intervention. And right now, your presence is bringing some change in people's lives, at your job, at your home, in your relationships. Crown this energy, please, for Scorpio. Wow. Look at that. Have some fun. Love yourself. Celebrate yourself. Acknowledge you. I'm telling you, your abundance is phenomenal. You're coming in with some good financial advice or plans, you know, for your future, things that are really going to benefit you later or be generational to your bloodline. You're putting an end to a mindset of lack and ladder and poverty, and you don't even know how or why. It's just like you just know you're good. And that's a beautiful place to be, because that means that you're starting to learn to ride a prosperity frequency, because finances are tied to earthly realms, but abundance, prosperity is tied to spiritual frequency. Don't think money as in the form of paper. Think of abundance in the form of life. You understand what I'm saying? The life you want to live. All right. So it looks like you're figuring out how to do that here and there, you know, little by little. What's working against Scorpio right now? What's in the way? Wow. All right, Scorp. I love you. I do. That was harsh. It literally cut my face. You are bold. You are beautiful. I don't think you don't have a problem with communicating when you know you have a pass. It's kind of like you can be joking with someone, they're serious, you don't know they're serious, but once you realize they're serious, then you get serious. And then it gets ugly because then you take it too far. Don't do that. The truth, the thing about the truth is when you're dealing with an energy that's trying to hide and deny their truth, then the truth cuts on its own. You don't have to add to it. You don't have to put force behind the sword. The sword will do its job on its own. And when I say sword, I mean literally the truth. You should be speaking from the throne. There's the queen. King and queen of swords, yeah. This is not a battle of minds. This is not a comparison of hard times. You know, this is not the Olympics for your life story where this person says, well, I only have 9 toes. And you say, well, I don't even have no feet. You know, and this person says, well, I don't have no hands. And you say, well, I don't have no titties. Whatever. We're not doing that. Okay? No, that's not what this is about. You want to more so live the truth more than you want to speak it. Keep the conversation very neat, very short, and let your work, let your presence speak for you. Okay? You don't have to talk. Your presence will talk for you. All right? Where is this coming from? What brought this on? The 3 of Swords. You got your feelings hurt. Yeah, somebody was holding a grudge. 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. Somebody held a grudge against you, and it's been ongoing. The Wheel of Fortune is with this. They're getting their karma. Don't get caught in their karma. You know? Just ride that frequency of prosperity, abundance, new life, you know, new beginnings. All right? You may have been, like, a little torn of even how to handle it, but God gave you clarity. That, you know, that divine truth, that understanding. But remember, once this clarity comes, it's not just for you to know and understand. It's also now for you to separate. Cut the tie. Once you have that clarity and understanding, you say your truth. That means, boom, that's it. It's over for you. Then you let your presence do the rest. You let God be God. You be Scorpio, you know? Where are we going with this? Future energy, please, for Scorpio. Wow, new beginnings. Look at the Fool and the 2 of Wands. You're making major moves. There's a plan. There's a plan here as well. July, maybe? You're planning a vacation for July? Something's happening in July. But yeah, now you can start working on that, making your major moves in life. And you can slow down the hustle and bustle as well. Don't rush. Live. Don't rush into next week, next month, next year. Just live. Okay? Slow down. Be firm with the steps that you take. Make sure they're firmly planted. And then simply take another. Quickly, you're about to really expose some kind of foolishness that's been happening behind your back. 8 of Wands to the 7 of Swords. You're going to celebrate this moment, because not because it's like I won, more so like now it's fair. Now everybody sees. Now everybody knows. Now everybody, you know, it looks like maybe your ancestors had a hand in this, because you do have some loyalty coming in with that 6 of Cups. But stay emotionally balanced. 4 of Wands to the 6 of Cups is balance in and outside of your life. That way you can continue to just move on and expect, you know, greater things. Love in your life. Purpose in life, destiny in life, you know, regardless to what you're aligning with, align with your whole self, align with who you are, what you're meant to be, align with the fact that, you know what, I see now that I'm still learning, and that's okay. Even at 60, 70 years old. Yes, you're supposed to be. Yeah, it's part of life. Supposed to be learning. The whole time we're here, we're supposed to be learning something, you know, something. This is Pisces energy, High Priestess. I'm smelling Capricorn. No, sorry, it's tearing my nose up. Yeah, this is Capricorn. Okay, so this is not going to be for everybody. I'm going to throw this out here because it's not my realm. And I thank God for that. But I have to call what I'm smelling. This is a dark High Priestess. This is a darker energy. This person may try to project. That's probably why your tower is activated. There's an activation here, a projection. It feels like a connection to someone. So, Scorp, this might be someone's parent or grandparent or spouse or child that they might be into other things that are out of the light, outside of holy. It's definitely divine, but it's not holy. So they might try to mess with you, and it's not going to work. But they're going to be, actually, if it's not backfiring, it's just not going to work. But it's going to have to go somewhere. Where is it going to go? It's going to go to the person. Yeah. So they're going to actually probably see that their projection, whatever they're projecting to you or trying to project to you, nightmares or night terrors or just bad fortune. Yeah, bad fortune. It's, I think, going to go to whoever the person is that they're connected to, like your coworker, your or whatever that is. You're a sibling of some sort. Like if you're having beef with a friend, their sibling might be this High Priestess. They're trying to get you, and they wind up getting their sibling instead. You understand what I'm saying? It's gonna bounce off of you, so to speak, and hit the person that they're trying to protect or defend or advocate for. Yeah, because you're going to be operating under the divine. Strength energy, remember Leo, that's why Leo is hovering over you, because Leo represents strength, and the strength of Leo, it's not about like lifting weights. It's about being strong and having authority over what you deal with. It's about connecting to the Most High, knowing that you're connected to the Most High, and knowing that anything that is earthly bound, you have authority over because of your connection to the Most High. You understand what I'm saying? So when it comes to things like fear and doubt and confusion and desperation and depression, we do have authority over those things. But unfortunately, it's still something that we have to experience one way or another at a time or another. And then we'll reach a point, we go through, and then we'll reach a point, look back and understand, that we had the authority, but we had to go through to understand it. All right. So it's like I look back and wonder how I got over an old song. And that's what you're going to kind of tap into, that authority. That's what that strength is going to give you. And you're going to listen. The bliss is just, your happiness is not non-negotiable. I don't know what kind of prayers you've been putting up, Scorp, but your happiness, when I got goosebumps, you're saying, listen, if my destiny is in a cardboard box on the corner, I will be happy. I will have fulfillment in this life, in this lifetime right here. Not the last one, not the next one, not 3 rows down. This one right here. That you have definitely put, that's non-negotiable. And you've made peace with that. All right. But what it's allowing you to do is kind of maneuver, because you do have to maneuver. We all do, but you do especially, well, in this season, or whoever's resonating, because You're really close to foolishness. I don't know if it's your family, your job, your friends, or whatever, your neighbors. It don't matter to me. But you're extremely close to very chaotic energy. So you kind of really got to be intentional with your mindset and tell yourself, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to think about that. I'm not going to concern myself with that. Even when it hurts you to turn your head, you're still going to be intentional with doing so. That's how you're going to not carry things, honestly, that don't belong to you. And that's how you're learning to let go of things that you've been carrying that maybe you did belong to you at one time, but no longer applies to your life. Okay? Tricksters are supposed to be tricksters. Jealousy is supposed to be jealous. You know, evil is evil. It's supposed to be. People are supposed to people. But your connection, either that you're making healthier connections with yourself, healthier connections with your higher self, healthier connections here, you know, maybe with healthier people, whatever it is, this Two of Water, Two of Cups energy, it's an exchange that's fair, and you respect fair. You respect, you don't like it sometimes. You don't like accountability sometimes, but who does, you know? But you respect it. You do respect it. And you're standing on that. You're saying, listen, if I did it, I did it. I don't have a problem with admitting that, you know? Don't rub it in my face. I said I did it. Leave me alone. But you're standing on that. You're saying, listen, I'm going to own my part. I need everybody to own theirs, especially when it comes to your job. That's all you're saying, okay? This is going to literally set you on fire. You're going to be so motivated, so active, very, very high performing right now. King of Wands to the Ace of Wands. You're birthing life-changing events and you don't even realize it because you're simply going to live. You're simply going to do. But your actions are going to unga-bunga the wall of poverty or isolation or separation or black sheep energy, you know, where you have been singled out, things like that. That's coming to an end. You're activating your peace, and you're going to see it from the perspective of the Most High. Hangman to Judgment. You're going to see where all it really took for you is to be present, do your job, and then let God be God. And that was all you had to do. You said your piece. Now live in the paradise. You know, you said your piece. Now live in paradise. But you have to choose this. It's not going to be forced upon you. Okay? Whew. All right. I hope this helps. Now, if any event you say, Green Eyes, listen, I don't know you. You don't know me. This is not my life. I'm okay with that. Check your moon, check your rising. Don't take the energy if it's not yours. Leave it here for someone else, okay? Thumbs up, subscribe. Make sure you're notified of future readings. It's free and it supports the channel. If you're interested in a personal appointment, I respond to email requests only. My email is perfectlyimperfecttarot@gmail.com. If you like what you get here, if it helps you, feeds you, even if you're simply entertained, but you come looking for these videos, please sow where you come to eat. I eat off of what you sow, okay? Donation information is below the video. There's links for Cashapp and PayPal for your convenience. Just scroll all the way down, hit that About tab, and they'll pop right up for you, okay? Other than that, please remember, we are all perfectly imperfect. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.